Hi, yo, it's Joe from the past to Joe to the future, or whatever Joe is watching this. It probably is a Joe to the future, but just a quick video for this channel. This one will be for Joe, the Flow Facilitator. You could even call it a bit of like a channel trailer, maybe, but it's to really explain in this current moment why we're making this video, what the purpose of this channel is. Because before, with some of the videos that I had previously on the channel, it was a little bit of experimentation. There wasn't really a strong driving force of why, a purpose of the channel, more of a feeling that you knew that you should put something onto the channel. As you know, or as you may remember, we had a strong feeling, a strong urge to create. And we've been creating across all of our medias, all of our different forms of media, whether it is on Medium with the blogs, whether it is with creating our book as we did with JP Treasure, whether it is music as we did with NJK Joe, or whether it is reacting to videos as we do with J2KHD Reacts, playing games, J2KHD Plays, just talking about anime, J2KHD Talks. We have a lot of different forms of media. We've been feeling the need to create, and in the last 6 months, can even say in the last year, we've done a lot of that. We're getting very close to our core selves, and this will continue with this channel. I think it's also come to this moment of maybe this is the reason this channel was created. Maybe there's a sense of bigger purpose. Because I've always wanted to do these sort of videos where you put the camera on, you sit down, and you talk. But it's been a bit difficult to find the topics I want to talk about. On J2KHD Reacts, formerly J2000HD, I used to do vlogs on there. And I might link the vlogs I did on that to this channel. We'll see how that goes, if people are interested in that. But, you know, however we feel, we might do that. Where I'll just talk about my day-to-day. At that time, I did a whole 30 days of vlogging straight, where I was going to work 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll come back and I would do a vlog to sort of articulate my feelings of the day, how I felt about it, you know, the fact that there is more. I've always had this urge. I never really felt tired, because if I was going to waste 8 hours a day, or if I was going to give away those 8 hours to them, I could definitely give an hour, 2 hours of recording and editing a vlog for myself, you know. We fell into droughts of burnout, of lack of energy, lack of purpose. You know, when you don't see the progress, it is disheartening, as you know, as you would have experienced a lot more. But I think where we are now, especially with what I'm trying to do with this channel now, it might give us a renewed sense of purpose, to understand that it is about the journey, it is about the process. There's something important about that. It's about the process. So what we're going to do is we're going to track our process. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Tracking the other ventures, but in a different way. We've been doing the tracking. We had our life tracker. That one we did for 3 years, tracking every part of our life. We retired that in 2024 September, as I wrote in my Medium article, as you should remember yourself. And I feel like it's freed us up. Because before, we were tracking sort of for the sake of it. It felt like to find a meaning. We started tracking, the reason we started tracking our life, and this was different aspects of our life, our physical, our mental, our social, the hobbies we did, we tracked everything. It was very in-depth. Because we had failed our final year of uni. We failed our final year of uni. And it was like, we need to see what went wrong, man. What went wrong in our lives? And that's what led to the life tracker. tracking every single thing. Now, lasted for 3 years, or was it 2.5? I think it was 3 years. We retired it because it sort of lost its purpose. We were sort of doing it for the sake of doing it. So we got a little bit more freedom to do a little bit more than we wanted to. You know, we weren't. It wasn't strict. It wasn't rigid. We were able to, you know, feel a bit more free flowing, and that's allowed us to come back to tracking it, but in a different sort of way. With these vlogs, we're gonna be able to keep on top of it visually. We're gonna be able to see it. You're gonna be able to look back on these videos and be like, oh, this is how well, you know, this was day 1 of it, and we're on day 20, we're on day 30, we're on day 50, day 100. It's been a year. Each of the videos is gonna be able to build it a better way of tracking. Also, people who join us on this journey are able to see that growth can be made. No matter what it is you're trying, no matter how many ventures it may be, they say to focus on one. We've tried to narrow it down, but it keeps coming to creation, just creation in general. I can't help it. I can't just narrow it down to one thing. It feels like I need to create. So we'll see how that goes whenever you're watching this. But yeah, I mean, I've rambled a bit, but you'll understand. So the main purpose of this channel is to track the other ventures. Our publishing, our music. What else do we have? Our blogging. I say blogging. So yeah, Medium, TikTok, YouTube. Eventually we add Insta in there. But just tracking. We're gonna have a loads of different playlists for each of them, and we're just gonna track it. Whether it's gonna be daily, weekly, or monthly, we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling daily for now. We can do a daily one, but it might end up becoming a weekly thing or monthly thing. But if we do daily, then every 7 days we could do a compilation of the week. We could do a compilation of the month, and then, you know, we can do a video of what was the progress. You know, what's the progress that we made in 30 days, in 3 months, in a year. We'll have to see how it goes. I think daily would be a good start. But yeah, like I said, these were the type of videos I wanted to do. A progression video. How did we, like, where we came from and where we got to. I didn't know how to do it. I was always thinking something high quality, high budget, something bigger, which when you think and plan too much, it causes inaction sometimes, because now you've created something that it feels like that starting it is too big because your dream is too big. So with these ones, literally just chilling in here. We're sitting down, Bugatti in the back. Remind ourselves what we're doing it for. It's not about the Bugatti, but it's the person you need to be to own the Bugatti. And that's something important. The reason the Bugatti feels like a goal of ours, or the reason it is a goal of ours, is the first time we realized that what was the most expensive car? What was the most expensive thing? Expensive car, Bugatti. We saw 2.4 million at the time, maybe a bit more now, 2.5 million. Somebody out there owns a Bugatti. Why can't you? Why can't you, Joe? Or whoever's watching as well. But I'm talking to myself. Why can't you? And that's the reason we even set off on this journey. There was something in us that knew for a long time, that this is what we wanted to do. But you never had that self-confidence, that self-trust, that self-belief to just jump in and go at it fully. And like I said, in the last year, we've been doing a lot of that. We made a lot of progress. We published our book. We're getting royalty from the book, you know. We reached 2,500 subs on the YouTube, you know. Progress with the music. There's a lot of positive movements being made. And this is just the start of something much bigger, much greater. But yeah, this type of content, we've seen it work before as well. We've seen it work before. Handheld, just something casual. Casual, talk to the camera. So it's not that, this is something that can work. But it's about the process. I think the process is really big. So being able to track every single day, it's for us. Like, people can join us on our journey. Join us on a journey if you want to. I've been making content for the past 11 years, maybe more. 2014 is 2026, 12 years I've been making content. If you want to start it, maybe in the last year, 2 years, I've been a little bit more serious with it, but last 12 years we've been making content. So are we going to stop now? There's something in me that can't. When you know that this is what you're meant to be doing, you can't stop it, as you know. So we've seen it work before. It can definitely work again. It definitely will work. And I do look forward to it. What else we have? I said, it feels more aligned. This feels aligned. Me just sitting here and talking. Something about me just talking feels aligned, right? It feels right. It feels like I'm in the right place. I'm doing the right thing. I don't know what it is about it, but it just feels right. It feels like I'm at home. Everything else doesn't. Been in a corporate environment, been in a factory environment, been in a volunteering environment, been in a school environment. None of that feels right. But making content, I feel comfortable. I don't feel out of place. I don't feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. So it must mean something. Am I good at it? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know, because I've been doing it for a while, and to be fair, we get positive signals. On our reaction channel, people enjoy the reactions. I don't know if it is us speaking. I don't know if it's just because it's juice, but something in there is working. So maybe it's me. Who knows? I'm just trying to find me, right? That's all we're trying to do. Self-actualization. Just trying to find who are we? What do we provide? What is the benefit? What are we good at? What can we deliver of value to people? Right? That's the thing I think about constantly. I've been thinking about for so long, whenever I've been around people. How can I help people? How can I help people? But to be able to help people, you need to help yourself. And that goes on to my final points I have here. To facilitate the flow of others, you must first facilitate your own flow. Joe, the flow facilitator. What is my purpose? As I put on my post-it note, is to facilitate the flow of prosperity, wisdom, and growth in my life and in the lives of those I touch. Prosperity, wisdom, and growth in my life and in the lives of those I touch. In my life is important, because to be able to facilitate the flow of others, you must first facilitate your own flow, Joe. And that's what we're starting to clock. That's why we even got here. That's why we started experimenting with all of the different channels and the different forms of media, doing things to see how can we facilitate our own flow. Now this feels right. It feels like it's one of those other things we're trying, but it feels aligned. We're not trying to do too much. I'm probably not even going to edit this video too much. I might just leave this one as is, because I'm just talking. This is just it's coming to me, and I'm just projecting it, right? The other ones, when we're actually doing the tracking, we will have some edits in there to show you the screenshots of the progress that we've been making. But with this one, it's more just me straight to you. If you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, you don't. But I know you're going to feel it, Joe. I know you're going to feel it. To facilitate the flow of others, you must first facilitate your own flow. And this is why we're doing this. Prosperity, wisdom, and growth. Now, with wisdom, we've been reading our books. We've been getting through them. With growth, hey man, we've been going to the gym. We've been hitting it. We've got our Whoop band on. Progress is being made in growth. Now, prosperity. And the prosperity, you know what we mean. The bands, the moolah, the K, the green, the dough. Money-wise. And this is part of the reason why we're making these videos in the first place. Because we're not just going to be tracking the ventures in general. We're going to have a goal behind them. The what we're tracking is the monetary aspect of it, the prosperity aspect of it. This way, when we get to the point where we're monetized on the majority of our platforms, we can actually talk, or people can see how we got there. We can talk about it from that sense. So for TikTok, it will be getting into the TikTok creator program, which is 10,000 followers. 10,000 followers, and then there's some other prerequisites, but that's the biggest one. YouTube partner program is getting the 4,000 watch hours, or the 3,000 watch hours with the 1,000 subscribers. So with all of the videos that we're going to be doing, we're going to be, look, this is the underlying foundational basis of the video is getting monetized. And then once we get monetized, we will then talk about how much we're earning each period, I guess. I guess that from that point on, we'll be able to do it, increase the period of time, and then be like, yeah, this last month, this is how much I earned, this is the things I was doing. But yeah, the tracking aspect of it will be me talking about, this is what I did, these are the videos I uploaded, these are the blogs I posted, this is what I tried to change in terms of our strategy. Do you know what I mean? This is how we manage to do it. But each day, so it might be daily at first, it will be like, this is day one of tracking the medium earnings. This is how much we earned. This is what I did on this day. That's the type of stuff we'll be talking about. But prosperity is the focus. To facilitate the flow of others, you must first facilitate your own flow. So this is why we're making the videos. Those are my points that I have for this video. And yeah, I guess let's start getting to tracking. And we have the Bugatti, man. We've got places we need to be. We've got things we need to do. But yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side.